In the fierce landscape of the Korean entertainment industry, Lee Jong Suk has long stood out as a master of transformation, effortlessly slipping into roles as diverse as a genius doctor, Dr. Stranger, sharp prosecutor, While You Were Sleeping, a webtoon writer trapped in his own creation, W, or a mysterious con artist in Big Mouth. Yet, among this impressive resume, there remains one genre he has resolutely said no to: historical dramas. His conscious avoidance of this single genre is not just a creative decision, it's a bold artistic statement that sparks deeper reflection on personal boundaries in a profession that demands relentless versatility. A talented face that felt out of sync with Sageuk's. In a recent appearance on TVN's reality show 3 Meals a Day, Lee Jong Suk openly confessed that he does not feel suited to the historical genre. Despite his wide-ranging experience in romantic, psychological, fantasy, and thriller roles, he has only acted in one historical project throughout his career, the 2013 film The Face Reader. At the time, The Face Reader was a prestigious film, boasting a heavyweight cast including Song Kang-ho, Baek Yoon-sik, and Jo Young-suk. The movie, a Jang-sung, court politics-focused, historical drama, was set during the Joseon era and demanded a refined performance style rooted in traditional decorum. Lee Jong Suk, then a rising actor just beginning to gain traction after School 2013, was cast in a supporting role, a moment that could have marked his entry into historical epics. However, it turned out to be an unsettling experience for him. I felt like my tone and acting style disrupted the rhythm that senior actors had built. I felt so guilty I couldn't continue, Lee confessed during a heartfelt conversation with veteran actor Lee Seo-jin, a seasoned performer in historical roles. From self-doubt to artistic clarity, a rare decision in K-entertainment. What sets Lee Jong Suk apart is not his discomfort with Sageuk's, but rather his decision to walk away from them entirely. In an industry where actors are often pressured to be chameleons, constantly stretching themselves to prove their range, he made the rare choice to recognize his limits and focus instead on what amplifies his strengths. Rather than treat his misalignment with historical dramas as a flaw to be corrected, he turned it into an opportunity to hone his craft in genres that better suit his sensibilities. This level of self-awareness and honesty is uncommon in the image-conscious world of Korean entertainment, and yet, Lee's career has thrived because of it, not despite it. Who needs Sageuk's when you're already a small-screen icon? Looking at his post-Face Reader filmography, it's clear that Lee Jong Suk shows the right path. Without the restrictive formalities of the Joseon era, he was free to bring his nuanced emotional range and intense gaze to modern, often psychologically complex roles. His 2022 drama Big Mouth, where he played a falsely accused lawyer caught in a deep conspiracy, marked a massive career comeback. He not only won Best Drama but also Best Couple, with Girls' Generation's Yuna, at the NBC Drama Awards, proving that audiences deeply resonate with the roles he plays best. Currently, Lee continues to explore diverse genres, including psychological thrillers, fantasy and supernatural stories, crime and law dramas, romantic melodramas. Each new role adds another layer to his already dynamic portfolio, showing that he doesn't need period costumes or archaic language to deliver depth and gravitas. Knowing your limits is a form of growth. More than just a career choice, Lee Jong Suk's decision to avoid historical dramas is a statement of mature artistic identity. While many young actors rush to try every genre, often spreading themselves thin, Jong Suk has opted for depth over breadth. He has shown that selectivity is not a sign of limitation, but a mark of professional evolution. Rather than chasing versatility for versatility's sake, he has cultivated a signature style and honed it with precision. In doing so, he's become not only a top-tier actor but a rare example of someone who knows what to embrace and, more importantly, what to walk away from. Encouragement from the past, hope for the future. Interestingly, during their conversation, Lee Seo-jin offered encouraging words rather than criticism. He pointed out that young actors today have more room to redefine the rules of Sageuk acting, suggesting that perhaps someday, Lee Jong Suk might find a project that changes his mind. Whether that return ever happens remains to be seen. But even if it doesn't, his deliberate decision to step away from something that doesn't serve him is worthy of admiration, not as a retreat, but as a recalibration. Lee Jong Suk doesn't need to wear a top knot to prove he belongs in the pantheon of great actors. By being honest with himself, respecting his instincts, and choosing roles that elevate his strengths, he's created a new kind of modern Sageuk, one written not with brush and ink, but with insight, courage, and clarity. And that, perhaps, is the most powerful story he's ever told. In an industry that constantly celebrates versatility and reinvention, it's rare and refreshing to see an actor who knows precisely what not to do. Lee Jong Suk, known for his emotionally complex performances and captivating screen presence, has become one of the most reliable leading men in South Korea. From romance and fantasy to psychological thrillers and legal dramas, his filmography is an ever-evolving showcase of skill. And yet, there's one glaring absence that continues to puzzle fans and critics alike: historical dramas. Despite South Korea's deep love affair with Sageuk's, period dramas that often delve into dynastic politics, war, and traditional romance, Lee Jong Suk has only starred in one historical film throughout his entire acting career: the 2013 movie The Face Reader. And ever since, he's firmly shut the door on the genre. The reason behind this rare and deliberate exclusion reveals a lot more about his artistic values than one might expect. A genre that felt off-key. Lee Jong Suk recently opened up about this decision during an appearance on TVN's 3 Meals a Day, where he shared a rare moment of vulnerability with senior actor Lee Seo-jin. Reflecting on his performance in The Face Reader, he admitted, "Every time I appeared in a scene, I felt like my tone and acting disrupted the rhythm the veteran actors had built. I felt guilty, like I didn't belong." At the time, The Face Reader was a major film, filled with respected names like Song Kang-ho and Baek Sik. The story, centered around political intrigue in the Joseon dynasty, demanded a level of gravitas and a classical performance style that Lee Jong Suk, then in his early 20s, felt unfit for. It wasn't a lack of talent that held him back, but rather a deep respect for the genre's rhythm, and a self-awareness that few young actors possess. Artistic honesty over image perfection. In K-drama culture, Sageuks are often seen as a rite of passage. Conquering a historical role is regarded as a benchmark of an actor's range and credibility. That Lee Jong Suk actively distances himself from such a milestone might seem counterintuitive, but it's also what makes his career so compelling. Choosing not to perform in historical dramas isn't a rejection of challenge, it's a recognition of artistic alignment. Lee understands that his acting style, voice modulation, and emotional delivery are more impactful in contemporary settings, where realism and psychological subtlety take precedence over traditional cadence and ritual. This honesty has set him apart. Instead of forcing himself into roles that don't fit, he's built a career around what feels right, and in doing so, he's earned both critical acclaim and mass appeal.